Okay, today we are going to make sauerkraut. I've washed all my tiny mason jars. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything bigger, so we're going to make small, tiny batches. Got a large organic cabbage that we are going to peel the outer leaves off before we get started chopping. Sauerkraut's super easy and super good for you, and once you've made it at home, you won't want to buy that store-bought crap ever again. Okay, we'll just throw those in the sink for now because we will take those out to the compost bin after we are done here. Got a sharp knife, some salt. I like to use real salt. Whoops. And we've got a big bowl to put it in. So first, I'm going to cut the cabbage in half. Boom. And then we are going to cut the core out and not our fingers. We'll also put that in the pile. We'll work with about half the cabbage at once so it's easily manageable. Gonna cut it as thin as we can. Smaller pieces better. Some people like their sauerkraut chunkier. I kind of like mine finer. It's really a matter of preference. I'll transfer that to the bowl as we go. More in the bowl. And actually, I think we're only going to use about half of this head of cabbage. I think I'll make some coleslaw with the rest because this was a pretty massive head of cabbage from the Asian market. Okay, now we've got the cabbage in the bowl. We're going to take about half of it out. And work with it in a bit of a batch. I'm going to take the salt. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of real salt in. I'm going to go a little bit more because this is, like I said, a big head of cabbage. We'll go 2.5 to start. And you start mushing it in. And as you mush it in, the cell walls of the cabbage is going to break down. It's going to release the natural moisture that's in the cabbage. and provide the brine for our sauerkraut. Once it starts breaking down, I'll add some more of the cabbage and some more salt. That's looking pretty good. I'll add in the rest of our cabbage. Half a head of a giant head of cabbage. Giant! I swear I'm not really OCD, but I like clean hands when I'm working. We'll go 1, 2 and a half more. Some people like to add caraway seeds. I'm just going to do a basic batch today. Computer, set timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
This really helps you get your frustrations out. Breaking the big pieces up into smaller pieces. You can see that it's releasing liquid already from the salt. I also salt my zucchini shredded. When I make my zucchini crust pizza, we'll do a video on that sometime soon. That's a favorite. So basically you're just smushing the cabbage and getting as much of the liquid out and getting the salt mixed in. All the good bacteria is already in there, so you don't need to add anything like when you're making yogurt, which we will also be doing soon in our new Instapot. I'm pretty excited about that. You want to get it down so that there's at least, keep squishing until there's enough water / brine to cover your cabbage. You can also mix a little bit of distilled water with salt if your jars don't have enough in it. I think 10 minutes is actually going to be too long for this, but we'll keep going. Good arm workout. Roar. Can't wait to have these on some hot dogs, or maybe make a nice vegan Reuben with it. We're going to give it a shot fermenting some other veggies too here shortly. I'm going to get a fermentation kit because there's so many different things that you can ferment. I have a friend who really likes kimchi, and I'd love to make him some homemade kimchi. I think he'd get a kick out of that. A little more. kit I want to get has some jars that release the gas as the food ferments, and it also has little weights, glass weights that go inside to hold whatever you're fermenting down, because you want to keep it under the brine. Look at all that water that comes out of it now, and that's all just from the cabbage. Okay, I think we are good to start packing that in some cans. Gonna get a wooden spoon to help pack it in. We've got some jars that I just made sure were clean. I think we're only probably gonna fill 2 of these little jars. So we're just gonna reach in here and shove it in. Shove it in, shove it in. Oh, might be 3 jars worth, we'll see. Take your spoon, kind of mush it down. Do it over your jar bowl thing, so any extra that comes out is all good. I don't know if you can see that. There's some water in there, brine. So we'll set that one aside and do another one. Like, this recipe could not be any simpler. You can put carrots in and other stuff. It kind of depends on your preference. And actually, I think we've got one more jar in, so half a head of this giant cabbage looks like it'll do about 3 jam-sized jars. This jar is probably going to be a little on the light side, and that's okay too. We'll just use this one first. So we got a little over half a jar on that one. We'll use the other end since the spoon is too big to go in the jar. Maybe I'll switch them from jar to jar a bit, so that they're a little more, and here I said I didn't have OCD, right? A little more equal. Poke them down. And now we'll take the brine that's left and pour a bit in each jar just to make sure that the cabbage is good and covered. And all that can go in this one. Make sure everything's covered and poked down. And you'll have to check these. You may need to add some liquid over the next couple days. These are just going to sit in a room temperature spot for the next 3 days. Not like this, of course. We're going to put lids on them. So a lid goes on each one. Boom. And then the screw top. And I would say 3 days to a week. And you should check it every day. Make sure that you see it bubbling. So we'll put these here. And that is where they will sit for the next 3 to 5 days. Once they start bubbling, I'll give them a taste test. If they're good, they will go in the top shelf of the fridge where they will keep for a while if they last.